Hi, my name's Jack, owner of Jack's Patch. I'm an urban farmer from London. Right here we're at a quarter of an acre market garden that I run on two principles, no dig and permaculture. And as you can hear the road in the background, we're in the walls of London, so we're farming in the city. Back in 2018, I had allotment for a couple of years within town. One of the yoga girls, there's a yoga studio on the farm, saw my Instagram and showed it to her nan, who's the owner of this plot. So she brought me in here to farm this piece of land just for the benefit, so I can get bigger and also she can get some fresh vegetables as well. So now I've gone from, I think it was a fifth or a sixth of an acre, and now there's half an acre with two plots here, and it's slowly getting bigger and bigger. So previous to me farming this land, it was just long grass embedded in heavy clay, and by doing the no dig, we've raised the soil profile, so we've brought in organic matter, and that's just encouraged all the microbiology and the worm life to come up and take that good organic matter and feed that soil. So we're breaking up the hard clay that's underneath. There's also quite a lot of rocks here as well within the soil, like rubble from previous development. So by building that soil profile up, we're getting healthier soil. We're encouraging the old soil to become healthy as well. And we're growing really good, fresh, organic food. A lot of the rubble just got like scattered here because as we was digging the polytunnel, we found like a headlight of a car. So yeah, there's a lot of bricks and rubble, but I feel just by bringing it back, you see the bees, you see the life's come back to it a little bit more, and the food's healthy as well. By no dig, we don't disturb that mycelium network and all the microbiology, we're just feeding it. So we're locking in the carbon that was already there, and then also the life has come back here. You might be able to hear some of like the crickets and the insects around. The insects are being drawn back in because I've got a lot of flowers on the plot, so we're bringing in that biodiversity, and also it's natural pest control as well. So by farming permaculture, companion planting, intercropping, and also putting in flowers, we're bringing that life back in, and it's showing. You're going to see a lot of life, a lot of microbiology, a lot of different types of plants within just a quarter of an acre plot. So it shows you can bring it in and make it an abundant little veggie garden. I saw a little quote once on a YouTube comment, and it says permaculture versus agriculture, agriculture being a locust and permaculture being a bee. Locust goes in, it's destructive, it's like takes everything in its vicinity all for itself, it's being selfish. Where a bee is being a part of the community, goes around pollinating other plants, not just for itself but for everyone else as well. And also it's a community, so it's doing everything being selfless, and I think that's what permaculture is. It's like we are trying to regenerate instead of it's one step further than being sustainable, so we're making something better than it already is. Instead of keeping it the same, we're doing everything for the soil, for the insects, for the other animals, and then also for the people, so it's like a fair share thing. And I think that's a kind of a beautiful way. So instead of being like the locust, we've just got to be more like the bee. We just need to be a part of the ecosystem instead of trying to control it. We're as much a part of it as the insects, as the animals, and as the plants. We should just be stewards of the land and make sure that we can put things in place to make sure it all comes collectively together. And yeah, that's like exactly what I'm doing here. As I observe nature, I just put things in place as the steward of the land, and then nature does the trick. I'm not doing all the hard work, nature is. We just got to move things in place so that it all comes together. And then once you start seeing that, you realize that we're a part of something bigger. That winter I was pretty annoyed that I just didn't want to be in the UK for winter, so I booked the first Google hit that said permaculture, and it said Costa Rica, so
going there.
Yeah, so I booked it Thursday, I was there Saturday. I just was gone. I just got on the plane and went, and being in the jungle, it's like you turn up with a suitcase up. The taxi driver just dropped us in the jungle, and yeah, it was so wild. Yeah, it was the first thing that gave me hope out of anything. So yeah, I've been looking into it quite a lot, and then once you start applying it to a garden, you realise, oh god, this stuff works, and you become a steward of the land. So you're a part of it. You can fix it just by like a bee's doing his thing, but the fact that you can plant a tree there, plant a whole garden in like a couple of days if you've got manpower, So the effect we can have is super quick taking it away, but we can apply it just as quick. So since I've started this project as well, I've done a lot of like education, especially online, but also local as well, encouraging friends and locals as well to grow their own food. And also when people come down here, it's like they're seeing something different. It just inspires people to see that they can do it themselves in a local vicinity. There's also a local grower for a community. I believe there should be one market gardener per community. You are just that, you're that pioneer of encouragement within the community to grow food. And I think that's super important. We don't have enough of people growing food locally within urban environments. I feel like if there's more encouragement to grow food and showcase it as well, and to show how easy it is, whether it's on a rooftop, someone's back garden, or even a kitchen shelf with a sunny window, you can grow microgreens indoors. You don't necessarily need land. But the social aspect of it has been great. I invite people down here to volunteer a lot as well, and then they can go home. And we have like a fair share thing where you come down here, you help out, but you get knowledge and then also some food. Before lockdown, I was meant to put a farm in the middle of London on a roof. Yeah, more things are like coming to light now, because I feel people are just looking at people doing this sort of stuff, and there's not that many. So I seem to be getting more offers, and I'm more than happy to do it, because I want to try to, yeah, I can grow food here, but I want to expand the knowledge and education in different parts and trying to have a hand in it, and say, it just sounds cool to like feed the city in a way. Like I can go beyond the walls of this place and start to have an impact elsewhere and teach people. So I always think people should start small. So I started small within an allotment space, and then now I'm on like a quarter of an acre. I manage it on my own, but I need volunteers. We don't need big acres and acres of farms. We can just all locally have like acre, half an acre, and then this is enough food for quite a lot of people. If everyone grows, you might have an abundance of pears and I have an abundance of tomatoes, and we swap. And I think that's the idea of trying to get people to grow food. I think it would literally take, if one person per street grew food, or if like you was really good at growing beetroot but your neighbour was good at growing carrots or something like that, there could be a fair share within community. So everyone's doing a bit, no matter how big or small it is, you're all doing your bit, and collectively we can look after each other. People grow, then more people eat. Bottom line, it's knowledge is power with stuff like this. If you know how to grow food, you can look after yourself and the people around you. So I find it very empowering to grow food. It's a very much a political act as well to grow food. It's something you're taking back the power, and I find that super important and super empowering. Yeah, I mean, it's all about working together. Like I feel like we are in a very backward system. The people that run the show are just, it's not in the best interest for us to be self-sufficient, or I just think it's kind of, systems broke, we need to fix it. I can't really see them coming up with the solutions. But yeah, to scale it up, it's just, if this is in pockets around a city, you can definitely feed the whole city. And I totally believe that, in whether that's rooftops, in an urban environment, or just finding pockets of land within in a city. Once you know how to grow food, you start seeing every bit of land as an opportunity. So yeah, get out there and grow.